To order the Affordable Housing Trust June meeting, June 10, 2019, 6:40 p.m. Thanks everyone for coming. And has everyone had a chance to review the meeting minutes from last month?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Minutes approved. Next up is Home Buyer Assistance Grant Program. We had a couple.
Fantastic news. We're done. We had a successful closing last week. So you may remember the Affordable Housing Trust has a first-time home buyer grant assistance program for income and asset eligible first-time home buyers to buy a market rate unit in Easton. After a substantial grant from the trust, the unit then becomes permanently affordable and can only be sold in the future to a similarly income and asset qualified buyer. And the unit counts towards Easton's subsidized housing inventory to help us meet our Chapter 40B affordable housing goals. Our grants are 35% of the market rate purchase price up to $95,000, whichever is lower. We had a eligible applicant a couple of months ago who then found, after looking at a couple properties, found a good condo, and they bought that and with a $70,350 grant from the trust. The closing was last week. Everything has gone to record, and I've submitted the paperwork to the state for inclusion on the subsidized housing inventory. We have a very nice thank you note from the home buyer, which I thought was really charming. And
Can we talk about where the condo is, or no? Okay.
not so much. It's not like a deep secret, but yeah, it's down in South Easton in a small condo development down there.
Awesome.
Don't say it like that, ever. You never say down in South East.
Down in South Easton, relative to where
That
we
could ruffle
are,
some
it is
feathers.
further south. Which is typical for most
Yeah,
standard
housing and closing,
real
yeah.
estate
Awesome.
transactions. So yeah, really happy about that.
Plus one on the SHI. Now, when does that get reflected?
I sent in the paperwork,
And-
so whenever they update it, but it is officially submitted to the
current.
state, and they'll update their records.
Probably 18 to 24 months.
Yeah, right. By the time she moves out.
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
yeah. So these are good
Very,
news.
very good.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Good job.
Woohoo.
We can just start ratcheting up our
Yeah.
successes.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah. Isn't that sweet?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, Pequannocket, 26 Pequannocket. Any Easton Housing Authority update?
The property is out for purchase. And I think the deadline is, I want to say June 30th, that people can submit proposals to purchase, and then, then the board will have to take the decision under its, in executive session and decide where it's going, depending
Okay.
on what's submitted for proposals.
Okay.
And where could one find a copy of that proposal? On your website, on the Housing Authority's website?
I'm not positive, but I can certainly check with Kathy. If she
All right.
didn't
Okay.
send that to you.
Nope.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. This is the first I've heard of it.
So 6:30. Is that the end of this discussion for this time now, or do we
Probably. It
move
would be
along?
nice to have it in executive session, but then I don't know that we'll actually have a quorum for executive
Right.
session if Ms. Sheedy recuses herself.
Right.
So I'm not sure what we do about that.
Okay.
Does one have to have executive session only at the end of a meeting?
It doesn't matter. When she leaves, Kristen will have to recuse herself.
'Cause I
And,
sit on the board of the
because she's on,
Housing
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So then we'll have just us. So we still won't have enough
Oh, okay.
regardless of time. Unless anyone comes late, and then we'll, if someone comes late. And if not, then we won't be meeting again until after June 30th, until after the deadline has passed. So I don't know what kind of discussion we can have without having an official.
Yeah, perhaps we could call a special meeting later on this month.
Yeah, like a special executive meeting?
Yeah,
Executive
yeah,
session?
which we've done in the past.
Mhm.
So if we have to do that, we could do that.
Okay. Okay, so there's no other real update other than that right now. Christine will have,
Yeah, once it's,
Forward the
once it
application
is
over.
sold, we're going to take proceeds and hopefully buy something else
Yep.
and make that another unit of 705 housing through the state.
and you generally believe that this is a tear down situation. 26 Quanticut.
I've been in it,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Okay, so we can move on to 300 Foundry, and Wayne has some good news on that.
Yay!
Yes, let me get my notes going here.
Sorry.
No worries. Often I will go back and actually watch these videotapes when I'm
Really?
doing the minutes. It's an invaluable service that ECAT does. So you folks may remember that 300 Foundry Street is a town-owned parcel that the town authorized the trust to dispose of, is the technical term, for group housing, for 8 bedrooms for individuals with acquired brain injuries. We solicited RFPs, we got some responses. The project was awarded to a partnership of a developer called Global Property Services and a service provider, Brockton Area Multi-Services, BAMC. Everyone remembers this, these discussions. Over the last several months, there have been fairly complex conversations going on between the town's attorneys and Global Property and BAMC and the state and the bank. Couple of challenging issues. We're working out the details. There's going to be a $350,000 CPA grant for the project, but being CPA funds, it has to come with an affordability restriction, and that was a requirement of the town's disposition of the property anyway. So working out the details of how that would work. And then the ownership structure, their financial models would like the property to be exempt from real estate taxes, so they had to work out an internal real property ownership structure to allow BAMC as the nonprofit to be the owner.
Oh, they did that.
So they did do that. Structuring these conversations was a memorandum of agreement that was revised several times. And you'll remember that a previous trust meeting authorized Nikki to sign documents related to this project. And then once that memorandum of agreement is finalized and signed by all parties, then the town council can start working on the actual property transfer and deed restriction and grant agreement documents, and Global Property and BAMC can start their permitting. It's a difficult to permit site. It has a lot of wetlands and endangered species habitat and so on. Have the final and fully executed memorandum of agreement.
Praise be the Lord.
Yes. So it's just signed. It's signed by Global Property, it's signed by BAMC, it's been signed by the chair of the select board, and now by the chair of the Affordable Housing Trust. So this is the update on 300 February. So that's it. So,
In the
Yeah, so like,
yeah. optimism.
Continues.
Continues, yes. So that's a 300 update.
Alrighty. And the next is 10 Electric Ave.
Update. I haven't been in touch with Habitat. You'll remember from the previous meeting, they were towards the end of the summer and fall. They seem to be on track, so there's no updates from Town Electric. Yeah.
We don't know if there's a final person selected.
I do not. And I cannot remember. Is it actually in the minutes?
There was a date, wasn't
June 27th. Applications are due June 27th.
There you go.
So coming up.
So, yeah.
Just gonna update. Kathy says she will send you that first thing tomorrow, but
Oh,
it's
great.
also on the central register.
Okay. Yeah, trying to navigate Central Register, as we all know, is a challenge.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if she could send it, that would be great.
Do we have any, I'm just wondering if there's any way that we could send the notice of Electric Ave application due date to people who had applied for the Eisenhower House? Is that any kind of relation, or is it you just put it out there?
I think it's just out there.
It's just out there.
They do a really good job with their marketing.
Okay. And if they saw the first one, they'll probably see the second
Yeah.
one if they're looking.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many apps total were there for?
11. 3 Eisenhower was 11, right?
7.
7 full, but 11 total came in.
Yeah,
Sorry, is that-
4 were not responsive.
Yep.
So they were not qualified, they were not eligible, they were not complete. So we had 7 complete applications. Yeah.
That's good. I was impressed.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect though.
So 3 Eisenhower, as a segue. So we had the lottery, that happened. There were 7 complete applications. The sort of the top ranked lottery person is a current Easton resident, mother with young children, lives here in town. The inspection is tomorrow afternoon. As mentioned at a previous meeting, the closing is likely, based on past experience, likely going to be
August.
in early August. There's still a few punch list items for us to pay attention to. Thanks to James for doing the lawn mowing.
Thank you, James.
Thanks to Nikki for going great guns on getting the replacement stove. We're following up and making sure that that's got its
Inspection.
permits, inspection permits. But I was there today, it looks great. So it of course has new windows, new roof, upgraded electricity. There's still a few minor plumbing items I'd like to contract with a plumber with to take care of. It has a few leaky faucets, and they're a little difficult to get to. And then the lead abatement certificate is still pending from the state. The fellow who's meant to be reviewing it is out until June 18. So I will follow up and see if he has any updates for us when he returns.
I'm just writing my building inspector.
Thank you both for mowing and for finishing up with getting the goodies in there.
Yep, almost done.
Very good.
I think I was just concerned to make sure that whatever inspection they had to accomplish doesn't hold up the home inspection at all.
Yeah.
It shouldn't though, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's done by the town, so.
yeah, it should be fine.
Okay.
I just want to make sure we get all of our stuff done.
Yeah.
And it would be interesting to see what the inspection report uncovers, and if we,
I can't
and
see
that's
that.
something we would want to stick a pin in, is to meet again to talk about, should it turn up anything, is there anything that we feel that we should address, or is it, we've
Now,
spent a lot already.
Yeah, and done a ton.
Yeah.
Now, who chooses the inspector?
The buyer.
The buyer does.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see who she goes with.
Yep.
Wonder if it's
Well,
gonna be the same guy.
That would be funny,
who
yeah.
came in.
Yeah, we'll get a copy of it. I'll
Great.
write it
Is he
down.
local?
Yes.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he? Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Very commonly used, I think. Came highly recommended by many people, so.
So, by August 1st, we'll have 2 more sites on the SHR.
Yep.
Hopefully, yeah,
By
mid-August.
mid-August,
All
yeah.
right, mid-August.
We admire your optimism.
Before the fall. And then Electric App not too far behind.
Yeah, hopefully by early 2020, I'd guess. Yeah.
Okay. Any other discussion necessary on Eisenhower? I'll bring you the 2 docs that I forgot on
Yeah.
my.
Yeah, and we can get that payment
Desk at home.
processed. Thank you.
Yep. And I'll bring that tomorrow. All right. Confirmation of action items for the month ahead.
You'll hand me the Eisenhower app docs.
That's that. Nothing to do on home buyer. We will get the application for 26 Pequannocket.
She's sending it
Sending
tomorrow.
it. And then, nothing really to do on 300 Foundry right now. We're waiting.
Correct, yeah.
And same with 10 Electric Ave. We were
Then
gonna,
we should probably look at, can we meet again to have a special executive
Yep.
session? So I'll have to send out an email. You and I can talk and see what dates work with you.
okay. Were we gonna ask a question about 10 Electric Ave? I think it was just when the applications were due.
Right.
We know now, 627. Eisenhower, I'll bring you the docs. We have those cute, just minor things, plumbing, lead abatement, gas inspection. That's it.
Yeah, and then we do have one thing, other pertinent items. I would like us all to vote on the allocation of our $200,000 CPA grant from town meeting. It would be effective in July.
Okay.
I talked with the town accountant. She recommends 40 grand to the admin account, and the other 160 grand, however we feel moved. And I will also point out that the home acquisition line item is very modestly overdrawn. That's the through Eisenhower account.
Where is this?
Front page.
Yeah, it's this guy, home acquisition.
Home acquisition, sorry. Okay. Yep,
So we should probably put like 10 grand or 20 grand or something in there.
okay. It's negative 4,000?
Right. Which is not an issue because it's a sub-account for our
Correct,
own
yeah.
internal purposes.
And it's all home acquisition, so, gotcha. Okay, so proposing 42 admin,
Correct.
10, I don't know that it makes a, it doesn't make a difference to me if we put 10 or 20 in because neither amounts enough to acquire anything.
Right.
And
It's just to
we'll
make
have
sure we
to-
have it as we keep paying
Would have to
things.
allocate something regardless, yeah.
Would it make sense to put 20 in there and then the remaining 140 just in the small development general account that's got 47.9 at the moment?
Yep,
And then it would just be there, and then we could shift it around when we
Yep.
actually have something happening.
So I'm actually just looking at what had been appropriated to Pequannocket, the 180.
Yep.
And I know we really probably can't talk about this, but I'll just raise the question is that if potential things should come together as it's potentially being considered, would the trust be able to do both?
And that is a question, can we afford it? To, still do the 180 grant and also buy it.
yep.
So I'm only saying that just maybe do you wanna allocate it there, just to have it there for potential purposes?
Well, I would say that, can we transfer it in executive session?
Or or we could come out of executive session, have an open session, and transfer it at a later meeting. Or
Okay.
we could even do it in July,
Okay.
if necessary, whatever's decided.
Also, we've already done the $30,000 grant for electric cab. All right, good.
Yeah.
So I was gonna look for that. 3-year foundry. Okay, wanna get, what small, that's, sorry. Question on housing repair program. Why do we still have it?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we just zero that out.
Yeah,
Makes sense to me.
yeah. Unfortunately, can't use it at all ever again. Okay. So that would make the total after 40 to admin, 20 to general.
To home
I'm sorry,
acquisition.
acquisition.
Just be clear, the 40, this is last year's 40?
Nope, this is new.
This is the out of the,
brand new?
This is, so we got,
in addition to this, this is,
yeah, so this is the May 2019 town meeting vote for the
200,000.
upcoming fiscal year, 200,000. So this money wouldn't be available until
July 1.
July 1.
All right, so you're saying 40 to admin, 20 to,
Home acquisition. That leaves us with
140.
140, right?
yep,
And we put that, we could just park it in general, or we could put it in Pequonicut, but that still wouldn't be enough to do both anyway.
yeah,
Parking it in general and then flipping out the 9,163 out of repairs.
And putting that in general as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
Makes sense
it'll
to
be
me.
150,
to general,
So I'd make a motion that we go that route.
and then
149,
9163.46
46.
from
Good pickup, Nikki.
pair to. So to recap, what I've got is a motion to allocate the $200,000 CPA grant award from the May 2019 annual town meeting, available July 1, 2019, in the new fiscal year. 40,000 to the administrative account, 20,000 to the home acquisition account, 160,000 to the general account, and to zero out the housing repair account and transfer that $9,163.46 to the general account.
Yep.
140, not 160.
One-
Yep,
oh, yes.
149, yep.
Thank you. I get optimistic too. 140.
So this is how much we spent this year?
I think so, yeah.
Wow. Let's compare it with other years, please. Or,
These projects have a very long lead time,
I know,
as we know.
it's just that as long as I've been here,
Yeah,
the same, a lot of the same things on the agenda
yeah.
finally starting to happen.
It's pretty exciting, actually.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things are coming together.
I, when I started on the Affordable Housing Trust, electric app, I'm pretty sure was on the agenda.
Yeah.
I really think so.
Yes.
At
Yeah,
the,
I think
at
that's
the
true.
phase that 300 Boundaries at,
Right.
so.
When did you start?
2012? 2013? 2013,
Really?
yeah. Started when I had a baby.
No way.
Yeah, when I had Nathan,
Oh my gosh.
when I decided to stay home, I said, what am I gonna do with my time? I have to volunteer. And I think I started like around the winter of when he was about 6 months old-ish, which would have been just turning 2013.
Oh my gosh.
To look into the records.
Wow.
Yep. I definitely was here by the time I had Natalie. I was pregnant 2015, so 14. Been a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Progress is being made.
I guess I could be wrong, but I remember seeing Merlin talking about electric
I
app.
think you've got it pretty much set.
I remember.
Those are dates you don't forget.
No.
So I'm hearing a motion of the 200,000 of CPA funds, 40 to admin, 20 to home acquisition, 140 to general, and to further close out the housing repair sub-account and transfer that $9,163.46 to the general fund.
That was my motion, yes.
Okay.
Can I second? Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
CPC apps would be due again in November.
Or before, it would have to go to November town meeting,
Oh,
special
wow.
town meeting.
The regular app process though, isn't it?
Oh, the regular app process?
February? I thought it was February. Due in February.
No, it's fall.
Submitted in the fall.
And
Fall.
the
Yeah.
CPC is looking to restructure how it goes through the process. Still to have something of a pre-application, full application. They want more feedback to encourage better applications. But yeah, I think it's more of a late fall for the pre-app, very early in the new year, like January.
Yeah, because then they start reviewing the
Fall.
applications and making
Yeah.
their decisions and.
And the
they're
warrant,
ready
and the
for
warrant
town
sort of
meeting.
happens in a February, March way, so, yeah,
Gotcha.
so.
So, yeah. Well, so I think we need to up the ante.
So
Yep.
there's that.
Okay, so, next meeting? Should we
And
We have
July
set for-
11th.
July 11th? Because the 4th is, Thursday is the 4th, so. HT meeting,
Looks all right to me.
okay.
Everybody can do it?
Yep,
Yes.
I'm in.
Okay.
It's 6:30.
Okay, well, we know we have a quorum.
Okay, great. Now,
And then the roll call vote, I think the way it works is we'd have a motion, essentially reading this, to go into executive session pursuant to, with me present,
okay,
and then a second, and then it would have to be a roll call, Dustumian,
okay.
King.
And you would
I
need
can
to
make
say
a
whether you're
motion,
going back, opening
Correct.
or
Not to-
convening.
Yeah.
reconvene. Okay. Okay, so I say, I'm gonna make a motion for a roll call vote to go into executive session pursuant to MGL Chapter 30A, Section 21A6, to discuss potential purchase of real property, not to return to public meeting with Wayne Beitler present. Do we have to have that motion seconded?
I think we do, yes.
Okay.
Second that.
Okay, and then, roll call vote, Nikki Dustumian, yes?
King, yes?
Truax,
Yes.
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 Thank you.
Okay, so we
Great.
are out of,
Did you say you're
we're
going back
adjourned
into-
from, to not to adjourn, I mean, not to return to public meeting,
Okay.
so, public meeting adjourned.
Bye-bye.
Cut the mic.